Big winner tonight.
The river's a 9. Oh!
So brutal.
Wolfgang Poker says, JJ, get me on the stream. So any of you guys who want to play on the stream, especially if you we have a lot of players that want to play 5-10 and stuff. If you want to play a game like this, a bigger game, 5-5-50 and a Friday show, those are your best ways to get on stream. And if you want to play, your best way to do it is to hit up Wayne on his Instagram and or Twitter. Or, like for today, there's a must move. So if any of these players get knocked out or quit the stream, there is a must move going on. There's 2 5-5-50 games going on here at the Bicycle. So someone may get lucky and get in. But let's get to this hand. Dr. Lin's with the big 3-bet squeeze to 425. Johnny vibes with the 2 ladies in his hand, pocket queens. And he's debating right here either to put in the 4-bet or just flat. And he's thinking he doesn't know Dr. Lin's, so he can go with the aggressive line, or he can go with the passive line, which is call. We saw Dr. Lin's squeeze with the King Jack off earlier, but Johnny doesn't know that. Especially since Johnny is in early position, he gives Dr. Lin's more credit, and she does have a monster, which is Ace-King. Amazing flop for Johnny with top set. The count does come along as well with this King 9 of hearts. Good board for Dr. Lin's to put in some sort of C-bet. Although it is a little concerning once 2 players call that big 3-bet. But she can rep aces, kings, queens pretty easily here. She does have range advantage for sure.
What's your lifetime turnings?
And she does bet 570, it looks like. 585 to be on the dot.
No. In the, like in the total in their tournament, how many cashes do you know? Like 300,000 or something?
No, Mr. Vibes is going to go continue with the smooth call.
I remember a long time ago you won one, right?
Yeah, but I started playing a little bit more.
Well, that's 2 tournaments.
Wow, quads for Johnny Vibes, and he is vibing in his brain and trying to keep it cool on the outside. But you can guarantee there's a vibe going on in that head right now. 725. You have quads, and your opponent is betting $725 into you.
How long do you play in there? No, and that up. How many years?
And there's the smooth call.
Okay.
So Dr. Lin's with about 2K back. Johnny is debating if to check to her and hoping that she bluffs off or overvalues aces or kings, or does he just put her all in? And he decides to put her all in for $2,000 just about. And Dr. Lin's has an easy decision at this point. Although she probably is a little concerned that he could have a bricked out spade draw. Something like maybe ace-jack of spades or ace-10 of spades or something like play like that. But it's just very hard for ace-high to be good here. And she gives it up.
I know, Charlotte quads.
Oh, wow. And did you guys hear N2D Ballet, Andrew? He called out Johnny's hand. Johnny showed a queen, and Drew said, show the queen, show the quads. And Johnnie does show both. Personally, my favorite hand is pocket eights. When I started playing live poker, I won a few big pots with pocket eights. And I remember they were around 10K, which is still a decent amount nowadays. And I remember taking a trip to San Diego, and they were within a few days, too. It was crazy. So that became my favorite hand. Do I like pocket jacks? I do love pocket jacks. It's a very strong hand. In our archive, I made a video on how to play pocket jacks. I believe it's in there. I believe I finished it.
Can you hear me?
And it was a fun video on how to play pocket jacks. And so I hear a lot of OG players, like old school players, they hate pocket jacks because they either overplay them, they underplay them, then they get them cracked. And it's kind of a middling balance on how to play pocket jacks. And I like to play them aggressively and for big pots until someone shows me differently. So I do like pocket jacks. It is the 4th best hand in poker.
Raise. 400.
Candy's going to fast play this flush draw. Chris with the nut flush draw, though, and Chris is not going to go anywhere. Chris not only has a nut flush draw, but he does have the wheel draw to the 4, which will give him the straight. The account in a tricky spot. He does have the best hand at the moment with 52% equity, but your hand does shrink up when there's a bet and a re-raise, and you have King Jack. He looks pretty uncomfortable there. Accountant in the tank, and he's gonna give it up. Yeah, just a tough spot with just a king and a bet and a raise in front of you.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay.
And then that was our 100 days.
8. Re-raise. 1600.
Whoa, we're playing for stacks here pretty much. It goes bet of 800 from Canty, and Chris with the check min raise to 1600, and Candy is going to call, and this pot has ballooned to $4,400. Neither player with a pair, and ace high is going to win if it goes check, check.
Do you have 1,000 chip? No. No, it's a blue chip.
And Chris shoves it all in with just ace high.
I tried that. I didn't get about 3 though.
You don't have to pull jacket.
That was a pretty sick pot. I think that was one of the bigger pots thus far.
You have a king beat?
250.
Get aces.
Right?
775.
Halfway down count?
Halfway?
No.
675. Sorry about that.
And we have liftoff.
The game is spicy.
Johnnie versus Francisco, same hand. And when 2 players have the same hand, only the strongest man will survive. So we are going to see who's going to survive. 1 in the chat for Francisco, 2 in the chat for Johnnie Vibes. Who you got? Who's going to win with ace king? Looks like it's going to be a chop unless someone folds now. Who you got? Francisco 1 in the chat, 2 Johnnie Vibes. Let's go 3 chop. If it was me, I'd say a 3. But who you guys think is going to win? And this is pretty sick, though. This is pretty sick. So Johnnie Vibes 3 bets, has the strongest range. Francisco just calls. And Francisco's going to lead 1,000 in an ace-4 deuce pot. And that turn card is definitely in favor of Francisco.
Now they got it.
Johnny Vibes can have ace-5 suited though, so he has 3 combos of ace-5 suited. His diamonds, clubs, and hearts. He could have 5-6 suited too. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if Johnny can have 5-6 suited.
3,000.
Would he call 1,000 on the flop? Maybe he would call 1,000. He could have 5-6 suited, so you can have some straights here.
First big hand.
Jesus. Francisco puts a haymaker to Johnny Vibes for $3,000.
This is probably bigger. Maybe 5,000, 6,000.
All in?
Whoa! And Johnny Vibes goes all in for 64.60. And a snap call. And this is gonna. Who put 3s in the chat?
No good.
Check. Oh,
Run it twice.
yeah.
And it goes chop chop. And these players were gonna pile in some chips. Both players didn't believe the other player can have a 5.
That's
Just
my
put it all
fault.
in on with one pair?
And that was a $15,690 pot, and that's what we've been waiting for. These two poker giants going toe-to-toe, Francisco versus Johnny Vibes, and unfortunately it was a chop. Both men survived. I know we want to see some blood, and we want to see some action. We're going to have to wait for the next
I didn't
chapter.
think that there was any.